Welcome back everyone to our single player world. Standing here in the wheat field. We haven't been around here in a very long time. In fact, we've been in a completely different dimension recently, doing a lot of work in the nether. So if you guys have got a little bit tired of the nether, scared of burning everything down, that's where I've been for the past little bit, and I'm kind of excited to get out of there. In fact, I'm very excited to be building stuff out and about, and in fact, it's going even further because we're building something I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time. It's been requested, so many times. So many times. I probably can't count it. There's a few things that get requested all the time. By the way, if you guys haven't seen the wheat fields, you guys have to check them out. I know they seem pretty straightforward, pretty boring, but there's actually a lot more to them. But yeah, something that gets suggested to me all the time is, Jansey, can you please make a mineshaft? Man, my render distance is really low. You can't even see my windmill. There we go. Yeah, Jansey, can you please do a mineshaft? The other ones that get requested all the time are treehouse villages. Treehouse village, for some reason, it's just a thing, and hobbit hole, which we actually have. But those three, I'd say, I'm probably missing out a few, but they are the most requested. And today we're starting the mineshaft. So just to give you some perspective of where we are currently in an area far away from our big city. If you guys are only familiar with the big city, that is a very, very far way away. It's going nighttime right now. That's right. We're actually right next to a bed. So the wheat field's there, our giant mountain right over here. And this area is very rough. So if you guys think it's not looking too good in some spots, yeah, we've got a lot of terraforming just to tie together. You can see also the water over here. It's got a lot of work to be done there. That's not today's job. Today's job is going to be indoors. And also, I mean, guess what? Here's something else people always ask me, is about the inside of this mountain, whether or not it is filled in. And I'm not that crazy. I'm not that crazy. I would not fill this whole place in. It's, I think, 140,000 blocks just on surface area, something crazy like that, to fill in the mountain completely. So yeah, it's not going to be filled in at all, ever. Filled in with air blocks. We'll just keep it at that. So right around here, I've been doing some solid work, and that is just getting the water up to a normal point. There's going to be a big city over here in the future. We've got our current big city. I don't want to get too much into this one because this one's a whole other can of worms, and yeah, that's way down the line. So we need to get this water over here, which is actually coming from a dam. This is a naturally spawned dam as well, might I add. And that was actually what I came here for, and that is right over there. The dam, look at that. That's why we're building out over here, and it keeps going for quite a bit that way. So we want to get that whole thing's water up to this level here, or maybe one below after seeing this here, just so that we can have the water flow down and go down a stream as it is going down here. I think that was the best idea that we could have. So you'll see there's a step down around there where it looked a bit silly, and then we're going to do a few more. So that's enough. Let's get started with today's project. I mean, we've got the night away. Now, standing over here, you can see I've made a big hole, and that is going to be where our mineshaft entrance is. So the mineshaft being in this big mountain, we may as well make the mountain a bit more lively on the inside. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to have a breakthrough here in a mineshaft. This mineshaft has been started. We've got some stuff going down, and then in the future, as we build this, we're going to get a bit more interesting with this, because I feel like just a mineshaft, I mean, hey, we've seen mineshafts, we've got them in the game already. We want to do things a bit better, obviously looks-wise, and also story-wise. So what I'd like to do is in here, have the mineshaft, for instance, go in here. If you're exploring, you'll come in. You would not see this. We're going to make a tunnel. Go down, go up somewhere, go on a little bit of a path where the miners would have come before they discovered what is truly on the inside of this mountain, which is going to be something crazy, something cool, something colorful and bright, and hopefully play around with a big open dark area with some lighting around places and stuff like that. Maybe a bit of the magic below the mountain, I'm thinking. That's the thought, at least, and I think we can work with that a lot. So for now, what I want to do is I want to get started on a very basic outline of what we're going to do on the outside, and we probably won't get the full outside completed this episode because there's a lot of stuff that I plan on doing, and I hope it does turn out well. I hope we can do this thing some justice, because honestly, I think a mineshaft has got a lot of ways it could go wrong, because there's many boring shapes, and I mean, you know, you could get a basic mineshaft easy, but when we try and do something a little bit different, something square, something with very sharp corners, they fall a bit to pieces. So that's the problem. Now, actually, Jansey, what are you doing? turn around this way. So what we have to do is we have to work out a way of getting the stuff from the outside here. Okay, from the outside here. So we're going to have to make an entrance around here. And what I'm thinking, having a bridge going diagonally over here, and I think maybe what we'll do to make our life a bit easier as well, is we'll go around here and we'll just make a path over here for now, temporarily. And this will end up being a very simple bridge that will, oh yeah, we'll just go a little bit more this way. Two every now and then. But yeah, this will be a very simple bridge to walk across, to have some minecarts going across, or I'm thinking just plain carts, to be honest. I don't want to go too crazy with the minecart idea, because I feel like that's an easy way for us to get it to look a bit tacky in the design. I think it's easy enough to go overboard with minecarts and stuff in here, so we won't go too crazy with them. What I'm looking for here, and I've actually been looking at a few different designs of these Mineshafts, old school Mineshafts, more older Mineshafts of entrances and what they have in it. And I think getting involved with the entrance right now will be a good idea. So let's just get this out a little bit more. There. Okay. So, and also, by the way, I just wanted to say this. I'm collecting music discs as they come. So I'm not going out looking for creepers and skellies together, but I'm slowly adding to this collection. We've got a new one, which I just got from clearing out the lighting issue in here, because this was actually not lit up before, but it is now, so we're safe. But yeah, something like this that'll hold this down. We obviously have a bit of work to do with molding it into the actual mountain, something like that. And of course you would, wouldn't you? Of course. Oh, what? Double hit. Okay, we're good. So what I want to do is I want to go something like this, very simple. But then what we're going to do is we're going to start opening this up. And what I was looking at from other mineshafts, from real deal mineshafts, is that the support was very boring on the outside. It honestly was. There wasn't anything exciting that was actually there. So of course we can try our best to add something in, but in the end it's got to stay sort of true to what it is. So we can't go too weird and wild with that. What happens if I get rid of that? Can I put a block there? There we go. Yeah. So can't go too weird and wild with that. And I think we actually have to go probably one more block up here. So the thing that I would always see in pretty much all of the photos that I saw, or reference images that I saw and liked, was that as we walk inside a mineshaft, what you normally find is a bunch of kegs of explosives and of stuff that's going to be used in the mine. And I never thought about that. I was actually planning on going straight in and going crazy with it. But realistically, the best idea would probably be to do that. Have the supplies that the miners are going to use, have all those sorts of things, and then start running a lighting system down as well, which would be a pretty cool thing to do if we can get that right. So actually, I think this is not going to work what I'm doing here. So we'll do something like that. Yeah, this is just a rough design. So don't you mind me. Don't mind me. Right now, what I think I'll do, actually, with this being a very boring design right now, I've got to work on it a little bit, because it's going to have a lot of just silly stuff. That's actually going to work for the entrance. But what I want to do now is, you can see that this is very brown and it looks kind of lively. So I'm going to get rid of all this dirt and grass so that it looks very much like we've blasted stuff out of here and we're ready to work. Looking a little bit better there. Look at that. Just getting pulled into the mountain slightly, very, very subtly, I guess. That's the whole point of it. We actually have a lot of work to do on this mountain. It's a very rough draft of it, as you can imagine, if you guys haven't seen how big this thing is. Let's just go up. How about this? Just for the scale, for those people who do not know. We've got one more. And that wasn't actually as good of a view. That's it right there. It's cut in half. That is how much we've had to do. It's a lot. It's many, many blocks. So it's going to take us a long time to finish this mountain. But this stuff over here won't. This stuff that we're up to here won't, but doing a lot of the texturing and stuff will. So here we go. Walking in here, this over here we can do a lot of stuff with. I've actually been thinking about it. One thing I want to do with this bridge, and that's not today, but I want to do a slightly banana shaped. So it goes out a little bit more that way, comes back in there, and I think it could have a pretty cool look from this angle right over. That's not the click button, that is the button. Right around here. So if we could do something that looks like it's holding up this bridge very, very strongly from the bottom, I think that's exactly what we need. So we'll give that a go. Give it some time. So as we walk in here, let's get to this, all right? I need to probably get rid of this here. This seems like it's a bit much. We can do something like that. And do we have any? Yeah, we got some of these. So we'll do this actually. Like that and there. So that it'll just look as if this is being held, this is holding it up there. Perfect. All right, that's exactly what we want. Then we can also go in and do some very small things, for instance, on the inside, specifically on the inside here, to make this look like it's being held up. And the reason we do this on the inside, not the outside, is look at this. The outside, it starts pulling out a little bit too much. It looks like it's doing that, but this is just to disguise the angle that we want on this. So because we work at an angle here, this feels like it's actually pulling up there. So you see that? Just pulling like that. So that's why we want to do it on the inside, not the outside. That's just a small thing that I find helps in certain circumstances, and I had the feeling it would do it in this one, and it certainly has to some extent. So let's carry on through here. I've done the roof over here. There's a lot of stuff to be done. We need another good texturing slab for natural stuff here. The only possible solution besides cobblestone for a half slab is that they'll look good and kind of more natural, is probably just going with the wall and falling concrete powder. That's probably the best technique that we could use. So going in here, all right, we've got a bit of work to do as well, because what I've got planned is as you walk in here, I'm going to have, coming out of the mountain, right up the top here, a big hoist, or actually, I don't know what you'd call it, a pulley system for a lift coming out here, and I'm planning on doing it out this side, so it looks quite interesting. In fact, where I've grown up, I've seen many mines that had still had these big things in there. Now I'm probably going to have to adapt it quite a lot, but I think it could work, and I think over time we'll get a neat design. But I'm pretty sure it'll be one of the more difficult things to do in here. So let's just get a few of these in here. Maybe actually these can look kind of good as if they tool stations like that around the place, just to break up the note block and have it looking a little bit better like that. Yeah, maybe one in over here. And this is what I was talking about. In fact, I need to grab, I feel like it's a bit cheesy, but grabbing a bit of TNT for this area might actually do the trick. And I think it won't be as bad and as horrible as we expect. In fact, maybe if there was ever a block I would want to retexture purely for looks purposes, TNT could be it. I think that we could, perhaps, if we got rid of the TNT on it, does it say TNT on it? Maybe make it a little bit less red. I think that could work. But now what I want to do is, while we're in here, we've got these supports going up. Very crude support now, and I hope to do something a bit more with these. But as we go in here, they are definitely looking as though they're holding this place up. But we want to get rid of the torches, because honestly, these torches, they're not going to do. They just here for temporary measures and creeper protection. But really, mines aren't meant to be very lit up, as lit up as you would expect. So what I want to do is I want to come over here and create a little bit of a simple design that we could perhaps have a light in. And I was thinking of this. Okay, there we go. We'll just get rid of that one. Is that 5? Wonderful. That is actually a wonderful coincidence. Now, I'm not too sure which height this is going to be on. Can we put a torch on? Okay, there we go. So we'd have to do this like this. Let me just quickly... So these 2 blocks here is where we're going to put the torch. And I've got a hunch that if I do this, like this, it could actually look quite cool. So we do that there, put a light in there, close these up like this. Just a very simple lamp. In fact, if we did that one more higher, that could work. So just a very simple lighting in here. I think that could work. And before this bugs me too much, I also just want to maybe do something like this over here. Something like that. Maybe one of these over here. And in fact, we could probably change this floor out to a wooden floor as if it's meant specifically for storage. But the other thing I could try is perhaps doing this one level up. And I think that would be on there. Is that right? Can I place that on there? Beautiful. And then there. Okay, we're going to have to use stairs for this one if I do it. Like, oh, dang it. That was my bad. All right, so there. And, man, I've decked this one up real big. Come on, Jansey. You got this. There we go. So get rid of that, and maybe in fact, we could probably get away without having a block up the top there. Let's just do some of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, purely because I don't want to have any leftover blocks. So 6 of those, and get that there. Put these here like that, and like that. So let's check what this looks like from a distance. Yeah, that's not quite as cool as the other one. I think the other way looked a little bit better. So we'll do it over here and we'll give it another go. Perhaps slightly higher as well, because that looked fairly low. So we'll just go out and match it over here. So if we do this in right over, I guess over here, we'll do this like that, there, and again, there. And by the way, the majority of the time with these things, I'm just kind of running it out and seeing what exactly could happen if you just like, I don't want to make it too difficult on myself to remember things. I think sometimes the simple options are better, but a lot of the time just with these things, it's easier when you just go for something and see what happens instead of pre-planning every light in the place and pre-planning all these things. It generally works out a bit more to your favor, in fact, to be a bit more organic in the build. And I don't know. It's just pretty much the thing I like to do in my build. So that is why we go and develop these as we go. Oh, that is a horrible lighting glitch right there. If I remove this slab, it'll get rid of that. There. Yeah. There's a few unfixed lighting glitches that I really hope get fixed in the future. Those slab ones actually it's mostly slabs. Slabs in that respect, come on, please slab. There we go. That's it. Slabs in that point when they make them really dark, and then also the other way where slabs make things so bright through like a torch below a slab or something like that. That's the other way that it really hurts. I don't know how I got that one looking slightly better than this one. This one's looking a bit uglier, to be honest. Not my best work. I'll admit this. This light definitely is not my best work, but I don't want the light to be the main thing, and of course it's nighttime. So let's just walk in here. Kind of gives you... Oh, there we go. There's an example. Slab. Not working. We should put a full block under here. There we go. And then put a slab in, and... Never mind. Right, maybe it's just destined not to work. So picture this. We've got this here. We've got the tower going out here with the pulley system to get the lift up and down. We're going to have to make a hole in here to get the mines to continue on. So where this is right now, it's actually probably going to be broken down this way. We're going to have another lift going out there, or maybe just the lift over here. We'll see how we go with that. But the whole point is that we want this place to look as though it's being used for mining and stuff. Actually, this could work just to look kind of dirtied up if we make it as if this was put off the ground so that we don't have water getting to it, because it is quite near water, like that. In fact, I've just had a bright idea about this. The pulley system could really be powered through like a water mill to power it up. That could be an interesting thought. So if we had a water mill pulling it up that way, oh, man, that smite axes. It is amazing. But yeah, if we could have a water mill perhaps powering something in there, that could be very cool. How's that looking? Yeah, it's a very simple start, but I think there's a lot more to it than what meets the eye, and I think the future of it is going to be very, very bright, so bear that in mind. Next episode, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go a whole bunch cooler. In fact, I think what we could do with this bridge, just another side note, is have a cool little roof over it. But next episode, I think I want to put the lift in. Get this thing looking interesting, because there's so many boring mine shafts that we've all seen a million times. And I've kind of started with that, and I want to use that as a starting point, and then work our way off of it. A little place in the mountain there, but trust me, it's going to look real good. I just feel like I'm about to be creeped. I'm actually quite safe for days. So we'll call it there before I do. I'm about to end the episode and get blown up by a creeper. So thank you everybody for joining me. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I think this has got a lot of potential, and I know we haven't done anything crazy, but bear in mind, I've got plans, and I promise I won't let you down. So thanks for joining me, guys, and I will see you in the next one.